Okay, I'm in Delaware doing some whiskey hunting. And my first stop is Costco. Number one, there is 9,000 people here. There are so many people here, it is insane. But I chose Costco because if you didn't know, you do not need a membership to buy liquor or alcohol in Delaware Costco's. It is a separate entrance. So I don't know how much the workers know that, but I'm gonna go try and see what we got. There is one bottle that I do want. It's the Lagavulin 12 tequila finish. So I'm gonna go in there, see what's going on. Hey, what's up guys? I'm at Delaware Costco and I don't want to be that guy, so I'm kind of hiding the camera here, you know. But we're looking at a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. You know I love a barrel proof Jack Daniel's. And this one is 134.3 proof and just $60. What a deal. Picking that up, first one of the day. And what have we here? An Angel's Envy rum finished rye. Usually $100 in Maryland for 80 bucks. Yes, please, in the cart. Uh-oh, I spy a Knob Creek 18. Very allocated, but I usually see it for 180, 190 bucks. It was 140. Absurd deal. I haven't even opened up my other one, but I kind of couldn't not buy this bottle. All right, some standard stuff. 1792 small batch, Woodford Reserve double oaked. 53 bucks is a great price, but I just don't really want it right now. You know, bullet bourbon here. Some of that 2XO that I'm not going to pick up. Standard Angel's Envy as well. Oh, and a Maker's Mark 46 cask strength. I already have one from Kentucky, but it was 60 bucks, so I'm pretty sure the price here is better. This was $50. I didn't grab it, but it is a great deal. And here we have Macallan's. Great prices when you compare them to Maryland prices, but you know what? I don't really care for Macallan that much. Dalwhinnie 15, the Oban Little Bay, some Glenfiddich there, some Glenlivet. Just things that I'm not really interested in right now, but look at those High West finishes there. And there is one more I gotta grab. It is the Lagavulin 12 tequila finish. And just like that, there's $410. Look, the prices in there were absurd, and there were so many people in there. I didn't want to be that guy, so I got a little bit of footage for you, but I'm gonna show you everything I got. So I grabbed the Knob Creek 18. I already have one, but I spent 180 bucks on mine. It was 140 in there. I felt like it was irresponsible not to buy it. Also grabbed the Angel's Envy rum finished rye because it's delicious and it's only 80 bucks. My stores around me, they sell it for 90 minimum. And then I got a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof at 134 proof. So excited about that. Only 60 bucks. Something rattled. And then got my scotch, the Lagavulin 12, the Ink of Legends. This is a tequila finish. It is finished in Don Julio Añejo tequila casks, and they are cask strength. So this one is 56.4% alcohol. Normally the Lagavulins are around 46%, if not a little less. But that was a successful Costco trip. I'm gonna go to a bunch of other stores. Stay tuned. Okay, and just 2 miles down the road, Google got lost. We at Christiana Wine and Spirits. Let's see what they got. Okay, kind of a mid selection here, and look, I'm immediately going to the single barrel proof rye Jack Daniel's. I love that bottle. So you're not going to see any Scotch selection here because it was really, really trash and tragic to look at, so I didn't even put it in the video. Got the full Knob Creek range, and look, that Knob Creek 18 here is 180 bucks. It is great. We grabbed it at that Costco. Also, if anybody has had any of that Dogfish Head bourbon up there, let me know. I'm curious about that. Got a McKenna 10 there. It looks like it's 70 bucks. That's kind of high. A lot of Woodford, a lot of High West. You know, just a bunch of things that aren't popping out to me. But check this out. Old Forester single barrel proof rye, but no price tag. So I'm already like, okay, let's not look at this. That should be like 80 bucks, probably 100 max, but no price tag, big no-no. But my word, do they have a bunch of Penelopes here. It looks like they have the new Penelope Estate Collection. Looks like the 9-year and 2 10-years. The 10 years are single barrels in different proofs, 98 and 108. So those look awesome, and I think I grabbed one of those. Oh my gosh, just all the larceny, Elijah Craig's, Heaven Hill stuff, Basil Hayden. At this point, there's nothing more interesting in this store. Okay, that was a decent store. Scotch selection was a little sad, so I didn't decide even to even film that portion. Also, it's right up the front counter. I'm still being weird with me filming in stores. I haven't gotten quite comfortable yet, but I did grab a really cool Penelope. New from the estate collection, this is the Penelope 10-year. This is a single barrel at 108 proof. $115 with no tax. Sounded great, so I bought one for me and one for a buddy. So that was Christiana Wine and Spirits, and I was talking to the guy behind the counter, and he said to go to Main Street. Main Street in Delaware apparently has everything, but he said the price is probably going to be a little high, but he said he does haggle. So at the very least, we'll be able to film some cool bottles on the shelves we won't buy, but gonna find out. Okay, just kidding on the Main Street Liquors. It's a little out of the way, so before we go over there, I'm going to hit up this Total Wine. It looks like a pretty small Total Wine, and they're also really finicky with filming, so I'm gonna try and get as much as possible, but I also gotta be chill, because I've spent a bunch of money already, and I've only been to 2 stores. So let's see if we can have some restraint, buy some cool stuff. Total Wine. Yeah, no filming in Total Wine, whatever. They did have some stuff, didn't buy anything. I did see the new Four Roses single barrel different mash bills, so they have the OESK there. It was 94 bucks, and then I looked across and the OBSV was 40. I'm sorry, I'm not spending another $53 for a different mash bill. Okay, I'm sorry. They had an Old Forester single barrel proof, but it was 110 bucks. Last time I got mine, it was 99. Not gonna buy that. They had Peerless Double Oak. Already have one that was already that was 120, which is a little high for me. And the Scotch selection was kind of lame. Nothing cool was there. And then the whiskey jail was really a jail. Lots of crazy stuff in there. So that was a bust on Total Wine. Now we're going to go to Main Street. That was so awkward. So awkward. Went to the Main Street Liquors, and it was just this little tiny little hallway-shaped liquor store. Nothing. So I awkwardly go up to the guy behind the counter. I was like, hey, the guy at Christiana Liquors said that he shops here a lot. Do you know him? And he's like, no. I was like, I said, is this all whiskey you have? He says, you got some good stuff here. He said, no, that's all mine. I was like, okay, super awkward. Yeah, nothing was there. So I don't know what the guy was talking about. I even checked Google Maps just to make sure that I had the right one. There's Main Street Liquors, which I just went to, and then there's South Main Street Liquors. The guy did not say that. But regardless, I'm going to go to Fairfield now, which seems like a better store. Well, if you watched my short, you know what I find here, but the me finding it is the most fun part, and I can see it just in the top left corner pretty soon, but they put all their allocations on their shelves and give customers a chance to find it, which I think is super cool and admirable. And there's the Coy Hill, right up there in the top left. We'll find that in a second, but we're checking out the other Jack Daniel's barrel proof stuff. 75 bucks here, way more expensive than the Costco, and just wait for the realization there's a Coy Hill. Oh, he sees it. He found it. Ignore the price tag. Ignore the price tag. Ignore the price tag. We're not going to talk about the price tag. Okay, I got that excitement out of the way. Time to look at some more stuff. The 8-year Willet Wheated. This says $225. I am not sure if that is a good price. Let me know. Comment down below if that was a good price and if I missed out on this bottle. I've heard good things about those purple tops, but I have no clue on the Willet stuff yet, so please let me know. More Knob Creeks, more Penelope, more Angel's Envy, more Yellowstone. Nothing great here. Now, there was a whiskey jail up front that had George T. Stagg for $700. Oh, and look, the OESKs, the OESO, and the OESFs, 85 bucks. Better than Total Wine, but I still don't think they're worth it because these are just different mash bills doing the same process as the standard Four Roses single barrels. I see a Penelope Valencia, which I probably would have grabbed if I didn't buy more stuff. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a Parker's Heritage 14 up there, but it's $315, and that is a stupid price. Do not pay that. More Penelope 10 years. Actually grabbed one of these for Scotch Father, but they mislabeled. It said 108 proof on the tag, but I think the bottle says 98. I didn't even check, so oops, sorry. A quick rundown of the Scotch selection. Nothing crazy, just kind of standard stuff or things that I just can't buy. Oh my God. Let me start off by saying Fairfield Liquors in Delaware is one of the best stores I have ever been to. They put most of their allocations just right onto the shelf. It's a limit system. That's great. I walked through, as you saw, just a Coy Hill just sitting there. Now, 300 is kind of the minimum I'm going to find being around the DMV area. If you're in like California, Costco, you're gonna see it for 70 bucks like you should, but I'm not going to. So 300, yes, it's secondary, but it's not full secondary, and I wanted a backup bottle. But check out the store. There is Fairfield wine, liquor, beer. Dude, awesome. So as you saw, they had an 8-year Willet Wheated, $225. I think MSRP on that is like $180, $170. I don't know much about it, so I didn't grab it, but I called people to see if they wanted it. Now, they did have the Whiskey Prison, and I was talking to my buddy Scotchfather, and they had a George T. Stagg for 700 bucks, a little too high for me, but they had a Thomas Handy 18. Wrong, no age statement, sorry. That is $400. Guess what? We grabbed it. Now, I didn't purchase this for myself. This is for Scotchfather, so he spent this. Is it secondary? Yes. Is it absurd secondary? No, and that's just the world that we live in. So if you want something really good, you're gonna have to pay for it, unfortunately, and this is the lowest price that I've seen it for in a long time. Normally these things, 1,200 bucks. So again, it is still kind of sad that is like a, quote, good price that you're gonna find it for. But it's unfortunate. So another buddy I called, he wanted a Angel's Envy Rye finished in rum casks. Now I got this from Costco for 80 bucks. I thought it was a great price. This thing was 73 here, so even better price at Fairfield. So that's for another buddy. And this is also for Scotchfather, the Penelope 10-year here. This is unfortunately 98 proof. It was on the side of the tag that said 108 proof, but there was none left. So this is only this one. So, you know, fine. That's also for Scotchfather. So, but again, the thing that I got for myself, and I was so excited to see it because it is just the thing that I want. Damn it. It's stuck in the box. Is my guy, Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, 61.95% alcohol, 123.9 proof, the 2024 release. I got the backup Coy Hill now. I'm so pumped. It was put in the barrel, so it's just under 11 years old. So I think this is the exact same release that I currently have, but it's different proof. So I'm gonna be really curious how this compares. But that is Fairfield Liquors. This is the last Delaware store today. I'm gonna go to another store just across the state line called State Line. I have spent so much money today, but you know what? It's not all been for me. It's been for a bunch of friends and stuff. That's how you guys, by the way, if you want good stuff, make friends and buy stuff for your friends and ask them if they want stuff. They'll do the same thing for you. One of the best ways to do this stuff. So I might buy one more bottle for myself. I know State Line everybody talks about State Line being awesome over here in Elkton, Maryland. So I'm gonna go over there. It's the last store I'm gonna go. See you there. Okay, finally a great Scotch selection, but my issue is I've spent so much money. But look at this, Kilkerran heavily peated. I have not seen this in a long time, but $92 is a little stiff for me. It is a heavily peated Campbelltown. It is good stuff. I have their 12, but I'm not sure I should buy it. All the compass boxes you could want. Those artist blends are very good. All the Glenmorangies. You got Macallan there that I'm not going to pay for. I think 120 for Glenfarclas 105 is a bit high, but I do want one. And then I see across the way a bunch of Kilholmans, and I enjoy Kilholman a lot. I cannot wait to open up my 13-year that I have, but I just think they're just a smidge too high, especially for the last store that I go to. But Sonic Cask Strength seems great. I was actually so close to picking up this Kilholman batch strength, but I was like, eh. But 86 bucks isn't bad for Kilholman pricing, but this one was super close for me purchasing. And by the way, Lafroig 10 Sherry, I just picked up for $62 on Whiskey World, not $100. And now we're going to see a bunch of these Single Cask Nation bottles. I really, really like these bottlings. So if you're ever out and look at and you see Single Cask Nation, do yourself a favor and just read what they are, because there could be some hidden gems in there that no one's going to know about. Okay, other side of the aisle now, the Bourbon Rye American Single Malt section. Nothing crazy jumps out at me yet. Do see a nice Lux Row Single Barrel double. I love Lux Row. 78 bucks for that does not seem like a bad price to me. But again, we are in Maryland, so that tax kicks in. Woodford, Basil, Ragged Branch. That $47 Green River Full Proof Bourbon, buy it. Do it. It is so good. I have it right now on my shelves. One of the best values for bourbon you're going to get is Green River. And the Cask Strength Maker's Mark, French Oak, $4.62. A bit high. I'm not going to buy that. So nothing else really of consequence here. I'm looking at a couple of bottles. I'm looking at a Elijah Craig barrel proof or private barrel. I just looking at the proofs and the years of them. Don't pick it up. There's just a lot of standard stuff here. Nothing jumps out at me that's like, yeah, buy it now. And again, I already am in like a buying like freeze because I just spent a bunch. That Triple Oak Angel's Envy, I don't know about $78 for that. I'm gonna just leave that on the shelf there. Now, some cool stuff is this Kings County stuff. They're in New York. They do some really cool finishes. So make sure you check those out if you see those bottles. They're very, very iconic looking bottles, so you cannot miss them. All right, that store wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I had a lot of stuff, a bunch of standard stuff, and I think it's because I already spent a bunch of money prior to coming here. They had a batch C9 Elijah Craig, I just saw. $84, not a bad price, but you are in Maryland now, so you got that 9% tax. I felt obligated to buy a bottle, so I grabbed another scotch because I had just been buying a whole bunch of like non-scotches. So what I got right now is an Ardna Merkin, the Ardna America Tour bottling. One of only 900 bottles, cask strength. It is finished in Madeira barriques and sherry casks. Now, Ardna Merkin is a peated Highland to my knowledge. I don't know much about it, but I know when I was in Texas and I got those samples from Caitlin at Specs, Ardna Merkin was on 2 of them and they were very good. So this was like $83. You know, not a massive spend there, but today in Delaware / Maryland was a massive success. I got a backup unicorn. I got a bunch of other stuff that I just cannot get for good prices in Maryland. So that was great. So if you like these shopping videos, please subscribe. Want to see other areas around Maryland or Delaware or Virginia for me to go shopping? Let me know in a comment down below, and see you guys next time.